really don't know what Christmas is all about. Isn't there anyone who knows what Christmas is all about?
Sure, Charlie Brown. I can tell you what Christmas is all about. Lights, please. And there were in the same country shepherds, abiding in the field, keeping watch over their flock by night. That's what Christmas is all about, Charlie Brown.
Hello, welcome back to the Legacy of Light, part of the Advent of Creativity, brought to you by the Honor Society here at the LA Film School. I'm Angel, and I am your host. And today we're going to talk about one of the most endearing traditions for the holiday season. Now, we normally talk about films together, but this particular product deserves a little focus as we talk about the Legacy of Light. That's right, we're going to talk about A Charlie Brown Christmas. In a season filled with glittering lights and cinematic spectacles, sometimes the most enduring magic comes from something small, quiet, and honest. Like a handmade gift, A Charlie Brown Christmas came with a different energy and a different kind of love, and has been appreciated since its inception in 1965. A barely animated cartoon, a stammering boy with a heavy heart, a jazz piano in the snow, and a single line that stopped the world. That's what Christmas is all about, Charlie Brown. Back in the 50s and 60s, Peanuts was part of the phenomenon of comic strips. People bought magazines and newspapers and read their favorite strips as they went through the news of the day. Charles Schulz was one of the icons in the industry with his popular comic strip he called Peanuts. By the early 1960s, Peanuts was one of the most popular comic strips in the world, debuting in the 1950s. And within just a few years after its debut, it became syndicated in hundreds of newspapers across the U.S. By 1965, it was in over 2,000 newspapers and reached millions of readers daily across the globe. Charlie Brown, Snoopy, and the gang were cultural icons by this point, featured on merchandise, in books, and beloved by kids and adults worldwide. In addition, the Peanuts book collections like Happiness is a Warm Puppy were New York Times bestsellers. Time magazine had even called Schulz the most influential cartoonist alive. Now, this is a lot of noise about how money can be made with a product, and the networks were not blind to that. In 1965, at the height of popularity, network executives were working to find a way to bring Peanuts alive during the holiday season to help boost marketing, commercials, and sales. Unexpected decision happens every day. But at the time, animation was not what it is today. The question that they had, or the questions that they had, how to bring it to the screen, how much it's going to cost, and can they do it in time to hit the 1965 holiday season? It was a puzzle that they got their first break with immediately when they got a sponsor. When Coca-Cola agreed to sponsor the Peanuts special, the team had just 6 months to deliver a finished product. No time, no budget cushion, and nothing like it had ever been done before. Charles Schulz was involved creatively, and he made some bold choices. He didn't want voice actors, adults, pretending to be children. He wanted real children for the voices. He rejected a laugh track, which was the norm for specials on television in the 60s. He insisted on including the nativity passage from the Gospel of Luke. CBS hated it. They said it was slow, it was too spiritual, too strange. But Schulz stood his ground. He knew exactly what he wanted and exactly what he was doing. You see, the world was changing. It was a loud, busy commercial world. And in the middle of all that noise, Charles Schulz created something simple and sacred. A boy who asked, "Isn't there anyone who knows what Christmas is all about?" And a friend who answers, not with gifts or glitz, but with the story of hope, light, and love. That moment, nearly 60 years later, still brings tears to the eyes of those who remember seeing it for the first time. Not because it's fancy, not because it's glitzy, because it was simple and it was true. The animation was choppy. The timing was odd. The sound design, well, let's just say charmingly inconsistent. But the audience felt it. 15 million viewers tuned in and watched A Charlie Brown Christmas. Let that sit for a moment as we read the viewership of streaming programs and what is acceptable and what is not acceptable in terms of popularity. And imagine 1965, when not every home in America had a television or access to one, yet 15 million viewers watched premiere of A Charlie Brown Christmas. It won both an Emmy and a Peabody, and it became the first ever Peanuts special, the one that started it all. But more than that, it changed what holiday stories could be. It said, you don't need to be perfect. You don't need to have everything together. You don't need to chase the flash. You just need to be you. You just need to show up. Be honest. And maybe love a little tree no one else noticed. And the music, that fabulous jazz track background music that has become the iconic soundtrack of Charlie Brown and the Peanuts Gang. A Charlie Brown Christmas didn't just define a franchise, it defined what it meant to tell a true Christmas story, one that still whispers today. What does it whisper? You matter, you're not alone. And yes, this is what Christmas is all about. And for many of us, Christmas doesn't start until we're in the Christmas tree lot with Charlie Brown looking for the perfect Christmas tree. I hope you enjoyed this program and that you learned a little bit more about A Charlie Brown Christmas. Put your comments down. What's your favorite moment when you watched this show? Have you ever seen it? And are you going to watch it again this year? Thank you for stopping by and spending a little time with me. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow, and I hope you have a fabulous day. Bye-bye now.